AC701 How to communicate with LoRa watch via LAN. The following will be divided into 5 parts for explanation: hardware introduction and preparation, software introduction and preparation, practical operation introduction, common troubleshooting, system integration explanation. First, let's briefly introduce the general structure of data transmission. PC transmits data via Ethernet or Wi-Fi to the local area network. The LAN transmits data to the gateway via Ethernet. Finally, the gateway wirelessly transmits data to the watch via LoRa. First, hardware introduction and preparation. Operations. The following hardware devices need to be prepared. Our company's hardware includes a AC701 gateway, LoRa watch, power adapter, configuration cable, LoRa antenna. Customers also need to prepare a computer, Ethernet cable that can access the LAN environment. Hardware connection demonstration. First, connect the power. The power light stays on, indicating the gateway is powered. The active light flashes when the gateway starts or transmits data. Then connect the LoRa antenna. Since the gateway has factory settings, it needs to be configured via the configuration cable. Connect the USB end of the configuration cable to the computer. Finally, connect the Ethernet cable. The other end of the Ethernet cable connects to the router. This indicator light status indicates normal network operation. Second, software introduction and preparation. Contact customer service or support staff to obtain the configuration software. First step, install serial port driver. Open the downloaded configuration software. Find the serial port driver. Find this application and click. Keep clicking next to complete installation. The subsequent steps will not be demonstrated. The serial port can be emulated via the configuration cable. Right-click this PC. Click Manage Device Manager Ports to check if the serial port driver is installed. Second step, serial port selection and network configuration. Find and open the gateway parameter configuration software. Serial port interface is required here. For LAN communication mainly, these 4 areas need to be configured. Select the corresponding emulated serial port. Open the serial port. To read configuration, the print area displays transmission and reception data. Serial port configuration completed. This is the area for configuring the gateway's Ethernet port IP. Check DHCP to automatically obtain an IP assigned by the router. If the LAN doesn't allow automatic IP assignment, then manual assignment is needed. The allocation principle is it only needs to be in the same subnet as the PC, but cannot be exactly the same as the PC's IP. After configuring the gateway's Ethernet port IP, click Write Configuration Software Reset. We can see from the print area, DHCP has successfully obtained the gateway IP. We can use CMD to verify whether the gateway IP has successfully accessed the LAN. Pin the gateway's Ethernet port IP. Successful pin proves network configuration is complete. Next, we open the Watch Network Tool software. The tool automatically obtains the PC's IP. Port number is user configurable. After setting open listening, return to the parameter configuration software. Server IP and port number should match those of the Watch Network tool. External servers can be configured via domain names. Network mode defaults to TCP client. Since this communication method doesn't use 4G, this area can all be set to Ling. Here we need to note, select central mode for work mode. Other parameters are default factory settings. This area, mainly used to configure this serial port, not used here, so no explanation. This is the area for setting heartbeat and registration packets. Generally no need to set. If setting, note that MAC address cannot be all zeros. After parameters are set, click Write Configuration Software Reset. Wait for the gateway to restart. Next, we return to the Watch Tool software. Wait a moment. The Watch Tool print area will display the gateway's IP and port number. Then data transmission can begin. Third, practical operation introduction. After completing the previous steps, data can be transmitted. First, power on the watch. Open the just connected watch tool. Enter the data to be transmitted in the input box. Click Send. The watch can successfully receive the data. Here target address means broadcast transmission. On each watch's main interface, there is a unique watch address. We can input a specific watch's address. To achieve unicast transmission, only watches can receive data. Watches can also be added to group addresses. To achieve multicast transmission, here input the watch address to be set. Set group address. Select group. Click Write address. Group address is then set. We can check the watches added group addresses in the watch configurations, communication settings. Now input the group address. Click Send. Only the two watches in this group received the message. Fourth, common troubleshooting. First, watch tool print area doesn't show gateway IP and port. Check if computer firewall is turned off. Firewall may block communication between watch tool and gateway. Need to turn off firewall. Second, gateway cannot connect. Observe gateway Ethernet port indicator. Status. Observe gateway Ethernet port indicator status. Try replacement Ethernet cable. Try replacement Ethernet cable. Confirm computer IP and gateway IP are in same subnet. Third, serial port not displayed. Try different USB port or cable. Check if serial port device is abnormal. If serial port device is abnormal, please reinstall serial port driver. Fourth, server IP configuration error. Because some customers' computers may have multiple virtual network ports enabled or other situations causing incorrect computer IP configuration, so it's recommended before debugging to disable other virtual network ports. Fifth, system integration explanation. Customers using our watch network tool software have completed debugging. Next, should integrate with customers' MIS or software system to replace our debugging software. Customers only need to open one more TCP socket server on existing software. The gateway connects to server as client. After successful connection, customers' software can follow watch protocol to send data to watches. Specific protocol is in Chapter 9 of Watch Manual. After debugging completes, can officially use. The above is AC701 via LAN operation process for communicating with watches.